Janice Summers here, and I am still on my raw vegan journey. And I just wanted to kind of take a time here to answer a question I get from a lot of people. Why raw vegan? Why now? So I'm going to come clean and tell you the real story here. Now, I created TreSpa years ago, and when I created it, I wanted to really create something that was in harmony with nature, something that was natural and that was pure, that didn't have a lot of chemicals, a lot of synthetic things, a lot of manufactured things in it. I wanted something that was natural. I don't know how else to say it. So I created TreSpa, and I wanted personal care that was in harmony with nature. And I did that. And all along, I actually had been fairly vegan friendly. Now we're completely vegan friendly because I eliminated honey and we don't use beeswax. The only milk I'll ever use is coconut milk, because honestly, you can have really, really good skincare without any of those other fancy chemicals, without those other synthetic additives, and without animal byproducts. You really can. So that's the mission for the company. Now, my personal lifestyle hasn't always been in harmony with nature. I had the typical Midwest diet, corn-fed, meat, dairy, poultry, you name it. And that's the way I lived for a long time. Well, a couple of years ago, my sister and I were on an adventure, and we went back to Ohio to go see some family. And while we were there, she decided to look up and see if Rainbow Eagle was going to be around, because he lives in Ohio. And it just so happens that synchronistically, he was home. He did invite us to come to his home. And he said, by the way, it's the Buffalo Dance. So we are in a time of celebration, and feel free to come and participate for all or part of a day. So we did go. It was absolutely unbelievably, it was really quite an adventure, and it had a profound impact on me. And I remember hearing two words. Rainbow Eagle, of course, doesn't remember saying it. I asked him the next year. But two words kind of stuck with me and resonated, and that was walk softly. So the Buffalo Dance is a time to honor Mother Earth and to show a lot of respect and be very mindful. It's 4 days of ceremonial prayer and dancing and fasting. And it ends with a wonderful feast. So those two words stuck with me. And both my sister and I decided the next year we're going to take an adventure, and the two of us are going to go out and spend the entire Buffalo Dance, because we were invited to return. And we wanted to participate in the full Buffalo Dance. So we did. Now, in preparation for the Buffalo Dance, there's some information that he sends out, and in there, was the option of fasting. It's not required, but there's an option. And I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and I really wanted to experience it. So I wanted to be vegetarian, at least be vegetarian. Kind of walk softly, walk a little softer. And during that whole month-long adventure of being vegetarian and changing my eating habits and my lifestyle a little bit for the vegetarian lifestyle, I was doing a lot of research, because, now the internet, you can do a lot of research. And I found some fascinating and very interesting people to follow, and I still follow them to this day. And I dabbled a little bit with the raw vegan and definitely with the vegan stuff. But so we went to the event. The event was fantastic. And then come back to reality, come back to my life. And it's so easy to slip back into old habits. I mean, I've had them all my life. But then what happens is a year later, I remember how good I felt. I remember that feeling. And I kind of miss it. Then fast forward, somebody I happen to follow and have a lot of respect for threw down a challenge. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to feel more in harmony and more in balance. I decided I would go ahead and take his challenge and take that opportunity that was being presented to me to go ahead and experiment in a raw vegan lifestyle. And it's been an absolutely wonderful journey. And I highly, highly recommend it for anyone to at least try, to at least dabble. Maybe a meal in a day, maybe a day out of the week, maybe a week out of the month, maybe a month out of the year, whatever. But it's your time to actually walk softly, because of all the lifestyles and all of the eating habits out there, I don't think anyone is a softer walker as a raw vegan. And think about that. So I continue to dabble, I backslide, I have my slip-ups, but I continue on my raw vegan journey because it is absolutely amazing how well you feel. But it's that dedication, that devotion to trying to walk softly. So it is definitely an adventure. It's quite a journey. It's very different than anything I'm familiar with. And there's nobody in my family that I can think of anywhere, distant relatives even, that is even remotely close. They're not even vegan. I don't think there's any vegans in my family at all. Definitely no raw vegans. I don't even think there's vegetarians in my family. This is quite interesting. I'm the only one. But the nice part about the internet and the social world that we live in now is you don't ever have to feel like you're alone. There's always somebody out there that you can reach out to. And I find the vegan community is absolutely wonderful. They've been quite the source of inspiration for me. I know they've always been inspiring as far as the products that I make, but now in my personal lifestyle, I find them very inspiring and very motivating. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed my story. I hope you found a little insight, maybe some inspiration. But thanks for joining me on my journey. I appreciate it. And until next time, be well.